Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. It's time, once again, for another depressing dose of dismal Disney. If things weren't depressing enough at Disney, well, now they've gotten very depressed because guess what happened yesterday? Bob Chapek, well, his real name is Bob Chapek, but let's admit, we all like to call him Bob Paycheck. He sent out a notice yesterday to Disney telling them, guess what? There are going to be layoffs and a rigorous review of spending and a hiring freeze. Gee, this is really shocking, right? For a company whose stock has completely tanked over the last year. And let's just take a look to see how much has Disney stock plunged. As of March of 2021, the stock had reached a high of $197.16. But over the past 52 weeks, look at where it dropped down to. According to this, it dropped as low as $86 a share. Why, that is a 56% drop, a little over 56%. So yes, Bob Chapek has done a terrible job of leading Disney. And I'm sure that all the stockholders who recently renewed his contract to be CEO of the company are just patting themselves on the back for seeing their stock plummet. Reeling from a roller coaster stock market and earnings misses, the Walt Disney Company is about to start cutting spending, costs, and staff, CEO Bob Chapek said yesterday. He wrote, "I am fully aware this will be a difficult process for many of you and your teams." Chapek wrote to Disney executives this Veterans Day as the House of Mouse heads into its 100th anniversary. "We are going to have to make tough and uncomfortable decisions," he added in the memo of a process that has clearly been in the works for a while. "But that is just what leadership requires, and I thank you in advance for stepping up during this important time." In other words, a lot of current Disney employees are now going to suffer and lose their jobs as a result of poor leadership from Bob Chapek. This is what this really boils down to. Bluntly predicting some staff reductions as part of this review, Chapek went on to tell top staffers, "While we will not sacrifice quality or the strength of our unrivaled synergy machine, we must ensure our investments are both efficient and come with tangible benefits to both audiences and the company." In other words, maybe you should start providing people with what they want and not what the people working there want people to want. Maybe that's something that they should be considering, especially Kathleen Kennedy over in Lucasfilm, given that the Star Wars brand is basically in the tank now, and they have absolutely no clue what to do for another film. Like its media peers, the approximately 190,000 employee-strong Disney has felt the pain in 2022, with its stock down more than 40% and inflation, foreign currency fluctuation, and the bruising streaming competition applying pressure to its operations. Earlier this week, the company reported quarterly earnings below Wall Street expectations and also issued strikingly soft guidance for fiscal 2023 revenue and profit, further unnerving investors. Its beleaguered shares recovered earlier yesterday, rising 5% to finally bounce off a multi-year low established on Wednesday. Well, it's down from its high. It went down as much as 56%. And I think Bob Chapek deserves a round of applause for that wonderful loss of revenue and value. What a great job. Isn't this the kind of person you want running your business? I mean, the investors seem to be pretty happy because they sent him back several months ago. Pay TV losses have hurt Disney, though the company has vowed to turn a profit in streaming by the end of fiscal 2024. And how exactly is Disney going to guarantee that is actually going to happen? If they can't attract people to watch Disney Plus, this is just wishful thinking. Andor is playing on Disney, and it's actually getting good reviews, but hardly anybody is watching it because so many people have lost interest in Star Wars, all thanks to Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Chapek's inability to do anything about Lucasfilm until fairly recently when he told her not to announce any new movie projects. That is the first time Disney has put a leash around her neck to try and rein in her nonsense. Its austerity move and hiring freeze follow a series of reorganizations after it acquired most of 20th Century Fox in an industry-changing $71.3 billion deal in 2019. It has gone to a simplified corporate structure with just two divisions: Parks, Experiences and Products, and Media and Entertainment Distribution. It's important to point out here that prior to becoming CEO, Bob Chapek was in charge of the Parks, Experience and Products division. And he was in charge of it during the construction of Galaxy's Edge, as well as the now very undesirable and overpriced Galactic Starcruiser Hotel, which I just talked about in a recent video. The same hotel that apparently can't attract more people to come and stay at it. Go figure. This is all part of the mistakes that Bob Chapek has been making. He has raised prices for Disney products so much. He's pushed too many people away. And guess what? They're not selling. They don't have people wanting to stay at the Galactic Starcruiser. There are fewer people visiting the parks. People are worried about inflation. All of the little things that people used to get for free when visiting the parks, thanks to Bob Chapek, they all now cost money, like parking at the parks, transportation from the airport in Florida. All these little things that people used to get for free if they were going to either be staying at a Disney resort or going to one of the parks. Yeah, he made sure that you pay for it, for everything. Oh, and let's not forget the little quip from that corporate woman a year ago when they decided to cut portion sizes at the parks. And she said that the waistlines of the guests were a little too big anyway. Yeah, because there's been recent talk too about people complaining about how small those portion sizes are becoming. So people are unhappy with Disney, not just with the direction that the company has been going, but with just all of these stupid increases in prices that have not been worthwhile. It's driving people away and it's pissing everybody off. Why would somebody want to go to one of Disney's parks to support it when it costs so much money? They can spend their money doing something else. They could just watch Disney Plus at home for a few bucks a month. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than going to Disneyland or Disney World. So yes, Bob Chapek is finally going to have to start laying people off thanks to his poor business decisions as CEO of Disney. And I certainly hope that the very lowered stock prices has made all of the investors incredibly happy who all voted for him to remain CEO. Good job, people. Really good job. So let's see where Disney goes next. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.